Hey, big thanks to LongevityShopping.com for sponsoring this interview series. We're at the Newport Beach Investor Conference. We couldn't do it without LongevityShopping.com. If you have not checked out the website, definitely do that. I'm here with the founder right now, Brad Turner. Hey, Brad, big thanks for sponsoring us and bringing us out here today.
Oh, we're so excited, Adam, and I'm so glad you're here doing a great job as usual, man. We have a great lineup of people that you're interviewing, and it's just a really great event as always.
LongevityShopping.com. Check it out. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters. My name is Adam Torres, and if you'd like to apply to be a guest on the show, just head on over to missionmatters.com and click on Be Our Guest to Apply. All right, so today I'm at the Newport Beach Investor Conference, and let me tell you, I come to this conference every single year. It's been a blast this year. I'm listening to pitches, meeting with investors, really just having a lot of fun in Newport Beach. It's a great excuse to come out, and my next guest is Doug. Doug, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks so much for having me.
All right, Doug, so have you been to one of these Newport Beach Investor Conferences?
I have not. This is my first one.
Yeah, tell us, how you feeling?
I feel the best ever. What a great audience, great vendors, great investors.
Yeah. Well, so far, what's been one of the best parts of it? Have you been listening to any pitches? Have you seen presentations, the booths? I
really like the networking. Like every person I bump into is pretty interesting.
And I understand you have a business yourself. Maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so I am the founder and CEO of the Sprouting Company. And what if I told you that you could grow the most nutrient-dense food on the planet on your countertop in 5 days without soil, sunshine, or fertilizer?
Come on, I would say, what's the catch?
It's not a catch. It is the miracle of sprouting. So here we are in an investor conference, and sprouting has never become mainstream because there was never any money behind sprouting. Because
what is sprouting? Let's go a step back there.
basically, all seeds germinate and turn into sprouts. So most people think of alfalfa sprouts and mung bean sprouts as
That's
a
what I was
garnish.
thinking about, yes.
Yeah, garnish or a side dish. Well, I lived exclusively on sprouts. For 30 days. All of my calories, all of my nutrition was coming from sprouts. And I realized, wow, sprouts are up to 100 times more nutrient dense than the average vegetable. And that they were the original superfood. So I wrote the Sprout book to share that information with the world. It became the #1 best-selling plant-based book on Amazon.
Wow. And thinking about, I make a lot of smoothies. So is this like, how do we use sprouts? Like, is it in cooking? Is it in smoothies? Is it, because I'll be upfront, I've never, other than what you said as a garnish, I've never cooked or used sprouts in my day-to-day life.
Yeah, the most obvious way is to use it as a replacement for salad. Right, the average salad is traveling across the United States for 2,000 miles over a 10-day period. And if you can grow your own sprouts, they are fresher, and fresher is better. And so they're fresher and more nutritious. So the first thing is using them as a salad replacement. But then you can throw them into your smoothie. So one handful of, say, broccoli sprouts and sprouted garbanzo beans is 20 grams of protein. So
why does nobody talk about this?
Because there's no money behind it. There's never been an ad on television for sprouts. So what I realized, there were no national or international sprouting companies because there was no money behind it. So I shifted the model upside down. I said, I'm not going to sell sprouts. I'm going to sell sprouting potential. So I designed a larger jar, better airflow, better drainage, and then we sell guaranteed to sprout seeds delivered all via e-commerce.
Whoa. And so is this on like an automated model, like monthly where they a certain amount sent, or like how does that work?
So we want to be very open. So we sell the sprouter, we sell the seeds. You can sign up for subscription, or you can keep coming back every month. And we now have tens of thousands of people that are just going like sprouting every day. Our average customer has 2 sprouters.
How big is a sprouter? I don't even know what a sprouter looks like.
A sprouter is basically, people start off using a mason jar. We designed a double-sided jar. So it's basically, like this big. And it fits on the countertop.
So like a foot by,
I would say,
1.5 for the people that are at home not watching the video that are listening audio. For those.
So they could go to thesproutingcompany.com and see it. But it's about 5 inches wide and maybe 10 inches deep.
And how much, like, give me the cycle here. I want to go, I'm buying some. How long do the sprouts take? How long do they last?
These
Like,
are
give me some of
these are
that
great
stuff.
questions. You're a great interviewer. So a quarter cup of seeds
Mm,
turns into 5 cups of sprouts in
mm.
5 days.
Whoa.
So you're getting like 20 times the volume
Yeah.
is increasing.
Yeah.
And the sprouts are edible after 2 or 3 days, and you can grow them up to 7 days.
Mm.
And that's why people have multiple sprouters.
Yeah.
So they start a crop on Monday and they start another crop on
Oh,
Wednesday.
that's cool.
So they always
So
have
they're
fresh
constantly
sprouts.
and it's kind of fun to always be harvesting. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, always be growing, always be harvesting.
Oh, my friends, I love it. How about the so I'm gonna try to incorporate this in my smoothie. So this is a specific one for me.
Yes.
So you mentioned it's a salad replacement. So I'm good for at least 1 to 2 smoothies a day. I eat spinach by the
Yeah,
ton. So I normally am putting maybe a cup of spinach into a smoothie. So if I was to want to replace some of that spinach or all of it, I don't know.
Oh, I would do
sprouts.
all of it.
So what would that look like for me? Like, just throw that out there. Like, help me with the recipe.
So basically, what else do you put in the smoothie?
I normally have 1 cup of spinach. I'll just give you one of my simple smoothies. 1 cup of spinach. I might have a half a lemon or a quarter lemon, depending on what I'm feeling like. I'll have a cucumber. Have a whole cucumber in there, a whole Persian cucumber, and that's the basic. Maybe throwing a little ginger, possibly, but that's kind of like my core for like a slimming smoothie.
So you can leave the cucumber in there. You can leave the lemon,
Yeah.
and you can add some broccoli sprouts, some alfalfa sprouts, some lentil sprouts.
Yeah.
And
what I like is the variety there, because I'm just always doing spinach. So if I'm have broccoli, lentil, all these, it's variety too.
We even make a salad mix and a protein mix. So you're also getting the microbiome diversity.
Wow.
And the color of every sprout represents different antioxidants. So if you take like a lentil, for example, and you sprout it, on day 3, you've increased the vitamin C by 300%.
Whoa. And looking at isn't there a benefit as well that it's live? Like,
Well,
it's live.
it's one of the true living foods because you're eating the root, the shoot, the endosperm, the embryo. So it's enzymatically active, electrically charged. So you're eating something that is very, very bioavailable. And when you soak a sprout, you reduce the lectins, the phytic acid, the enzyme inhibitors, and you're making something that's very bioavailable, digestible, and it's delicious.
Yeah.
Like we're tuned in to fresh consciousness.
Interesting. So that for the variety side of it sounds amazing. And so I want to juxtapose. You mentioned a protein version or protein mix. You used that word. So normally I'm throwing in maybe a scoop of some collagen powder, unflavored or something like that. That's a normal.
Yeah, that's gross. That's gross.
I know it's gross. Thank you, but I'm like, it's quick, it's easy, but I don't have a whole farm of sprouts yet.
Right. So I would have one.
So what's the protein part of it? Talk to me about
the protein part is basically the legumes. So you could have mung beans, you could have green peas, you could have garbanzo beans, and you can have lentils.
So now I have a natural, real like source of protein versus whoever knows how that powder's made.
Correct. And you're also getting, along with the protein, you're getting vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, and all the antioxidants.
Man, I'm feeling like there's a sprouting experiment about to happen on YouTube. I don't know. I feel like that's happening.
I mean, it's already happening. I mean, on my Instagram.
No, I mean for me.
For you, yeah. I think, put it out there. I have a couple 100,000 followers on Instagram, and 250,000 on TikTok.
And
people are fascinated.
It is fascinating.
And what happened is now that we are unleashing this message out there, everyone wants to be healthier. Everyone wants longevity.
Yes.
Everyone wants to feel good. And nothing is better than feeling good.
Yeah.
And it's interesting. We're at a finance show. What I could tell you, it is harder to have a 6-pack than it is to become a billionaire.
Yeah.
A millionaire in the U.S. Yeah. There are more millionaires than there are men over 40 with 6-packs.
Facts. Processed foods, like all the things they're putting in there.
Yeah, the processed food is highly addictive. And this is natural. This is the ultimate food. And the fact that you can buy a sprouting kit for under $100 and then add seeds, it pays for itself, within weeks, and you're getting the nutrients and you feel good.
Yeah. I'm curious on this piece of it because you mentioned dense. You said it's more dense. Multiple times.
Calorically and nutritionally dense.
So specifically, when I hear that, and I'm hoping that the answer to this next question is yes, but if it's not, give me the real. Is it filling?
It's very filling.
I thought so. It's
It's
dense.
very
Feels
filling.
like it would be. It
Well, what
sounds like-
happens is, like a lot of people are having challenges with their weight. Weight
Yeah.
management is an issue.
Yeah.
So what happens is, as opposed to shifting their diet and eating more fiber, they're taking, a GLP agonist, Ozempic or Wegovy.
Yeah.
And if they were eating sprouts, sprouts are the number one weight loss food because they're high fiber, low fat, low calorie, and that fiber will fill you up. Now, psychologically, people are addicted to fat, sugar, and salt, right? So that's where people are adding olive oil, they're adding salt, they're adding sweeteners. If you are eating sprouts, you will never overeat raw sprouts. Like you will tune in like an animal in nature and
You'll just
eat.
be done.
You'll just eat until you are nutritionally stable.
Man, it's great. I love this story. Last thing I want you, first off, it's been great having you on the show. Last thing I want you to do, look into the camera, tell everybody how they can follow up, how they can learn more, how they can order their sprouting machine, and how they can grab some seeds.
Yeah, so you can find me at Doug Evans on all social platforms. The company is The Sprouting Company. And go into your own AI or your search and look for the nutritional benefits of sprouts, and you will be sold in a minute. I've been on about 50 different podcasts. There was a great episode I did on the Rich Roll podcast about sprouting, or Genius Life. And people are very inspired about sprouting. And this is a revolution.
Yeah.
So I'm inviting people to take control, take sovereignty. If you think about during World War II, 40% of Americans were growing their own food.
Wow.
Today, it's 1%.
Wow.
So my mission is not to get back to 40%. I want to get to 100% of
my God.
families.
Come on. That's what
I
I'm
want
talking about.
100%. And if you think about it, we're all entitled in this abundant universe for food. So somehow there's enough nutrition to feed 50 billion farm animals, but not enough nutrition to feed 8 billion humans.
Yeah.
Right? And sprouts are the way.
Yeah.
And it's very rare. And, being in a finance conference, you can appreciate this. It's very rare that something that's so inexpensive, so accessible, is also so great.
Yeah. It's great. Everybody listening at home, just so you know, we'll definitely put the links in the show notes so that you can just click on the link and head right on over and grab some sprouts. And speaking of the audience, if this is your first time with Mission Matters and you haven't done it yet, hit that subscribe or follow button. This is a daily show. Each and every day, we're bringing you new content, new ideas, and hopefully new inspiration to help you along the way in your journey as well. So again, hit that subscribe or follow button. And Doug, thanks again, man. Appreciate you coming on.
Hey, my pleasure. Thank you.